What the heck is going on, guys? We are back with another podcast. I think this is our fourth one. Fourth one, Chetta?
Yeah.
Fourth one. So be sure to check out some of the other ones. We had Topher on one and a couple good one with Guildies. But today we have the king. We have wBARCODE. I'm so happy he gave us the time of day. I'm sure everyone knows you, but you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, Barcode here. YouTube for 5 years. Starting off pretty slow, but now it's picking up a little bit. It's nice to be here. Definitely love helping out other community YouTubers. So, and I watch your guys' videos. I watch Topher's. I watch a lot of different videos is when I have time. So,
There's a lot of creators this game. A lot.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Yeah, I think even more is coming with EU. Definitely, for sure, a lot more of EU, and more coming. I already know one person that is coming over as well, so should be interesting for the state of the game. So
Yes, will be nice. So we're going to start off here. How are you finding the state of the game? Do you play on EU? How's North America?
Yep. I think the state of the game right now is really good. And I think it's actually better now than it was North America server. So I play mainly North America, and I did start an EU account when those servers opened up, and I'm free to play on both, obviously. But it's rough managing two accounts. I do not recommend it. I miss out on a lot of field events. I miss out on PvP. I gotta pretty much determine which one I want to do on each account. It's fun. I'm having fun on my EU account, but I do miss my North American one, so I go back. I can't play both at the same time, but yeah, I mean, overall state of the game though, amazing. I feel like it's picking up. It's not dropping off, and usually around the 4, 5, 6 month of all gacha games is when you kind of determine, if it's going to make it or break it, right? So I feel like we got some good time left in this game at least. So
one thing I do want to say, I was in on my EU account, and for one time ever in the 3 weeks I've had the account, I got to World Boss, and
Yeah.
I'm not strong by any means. I'm definitely casual on that because, like you said, focusing on the North America account. But I was 514th.
Yeah, the player base is crazy. And then, I don't know if you want to talk about actually a concern that I have.
Of course.
Yeah, but the main concern I have right now for state of the game is for North America, and it's they and I already brought this up to a comp to us rep, but they need to merge the servers. They need to merge NA, and I really feel like it would benefit if it was just West and East, and that's it, and then West and East can cross play. So Tayor and the other East server, don't know what it is. I can't remember. But
Belajul,
yes.
Yeah, that's us. Yeah.
Yes, so they should merge, and then Camilla and Katarina, I think it is, or Katrina, or whatever. They should merge.
Annabelle, I think.
Annabelle, yeah.
Oh yeah, they have 3, right?
Yeah.
Wait, do we have 3?
I think there might be 3 East Coast as well. I just can't remember the other one.
See, that's crazy to begin with. I mean, EU has, and maybe this is all a test. This is comp to us testing, right? Korean server's the beta, and North America's the test server, and then EU's global, and that's the game. Because EU only has 2 servers, and then there's Asia.
Just 2.
They have 2 servers, I think, and it's crazy populated. I mean, it's actually more laggy than North America servers, that's for sure. But
do you think the rewards though would because I know what you're saying, but it kind of feels like you're playing on a dead server a little bit sometimes because you go to zones, there's not very many people. But as far as rewards, farming, things like that, it's almost beneficial that it's a little deader because we're already kind of queuing into them. Now, what I would like to see is maybe raid groupings be merged, because that's the issue, right? You go to do Naraka or Seal, and there's no
it takes
parties.
forever.
Yeah.
It just to find a like part, and yeah, you know, you got your guildies, you got Discord, but half the time I don't even like, and I have a great guild. I mean, are we still rank 1 on Guild Boss? I don't know if we got beat. Yeah, we're still rank 1. Um, oh yeah, yeah, we're rank 1 this week. 4 minutes 21 seconds. Okay,
Oh damn! Our fastest is like 5:03. So
nice. Yeah, getting under that 5 minute mark, the one run. It's awesome. You'll get there. It took us a couple weeks. Anyway, so I don't even like raid half the time with my guildies because we're all on different schedules. The only time we come together, which is the hardest part, is guild raid. So finding a group, and I've run pugs all the time. Like I don't care. I'll help carry, or some pugs I've even had better than guild runs, honestly. So it's just it's disheartening when you're trying to find a raid and it just takes forever, you know. But,
yeah, and if you do get people, it's usually people without a like. As much as I don't mind carrying, I'm bad. I want you to have a bonus because I don't want to do it for like 6 minutes to fail. Like I'm kind of a jerk like that. Like you know, you're on your way to work or something. Okay. Like as much as you want to help people, like I'm like you kind of have to have the bonus. So I find like pugging like to be brutal because it'll just be people without bonus, and like especially as a content creator, like I don't want to kick you, but I only have 20 minutes before I go to work. So like I need to do this dungeon. So I definitely hear you when it comes to the matchmaking. Like the servers are not popular enough in NA for the matchmaking.
EU's no problem. EU's I mean I get into raids instantly, and anything. And actually, it's funny because there's so many people farming the new player leaf thing. So like everybody will have a bonus, and I still get kicked because I don't have the leaf anymore. So it's not even like back in the day you get kicked because of a penalty, or you get kicked without a bonus. Now you get kicked because you don't got a leaf.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Actually, I think that's how I started getting kicked.
Yeah, it took me a minute to realize that, and I was like, "What did they kick me for?" Like I had more power level than both of the people as free to play, and I was using the same monsters. I was using like Naomi, Helia, and well, I had Ariel. I have Ariel as my healer on EU, and I'll get kicked. And I was like, "What is going on? Why is everybody kicking people?" I was like, maybe they're waiting for a friend or whatever, but no, it's the leaf. I figured it out. I was like, okay, makes sense.
Yeah, sprouts are like so valuable now. Like we started pugging a lot more for sprouts, so I do think adding the sprout kind of did help the pug a little bit. But again, like you said, it adds to the problem because if you don't have the sprout, then bye you.
Yeah, it is funny, and I get that. I don't mind that. I get when people get kicked for not having a bonus. I get that. It's just funny how things have changed. What do you guys feel about the EU start, comparing it to like the NA start?
It seemed much faster. Like I played way less, and I feel like I'm still kind of at the same point I would have been. But like maybe it's just because I was smarter too. I don't know.
I think that helps for sure. I just think it was much cleaner. Like I don't know, there's more monsters, but there's just everything just seems cleaner. Like it all got adapted from the NA fixes and stuff like that. And I mean it's a really good state of the game from the start for EU, honestly. I feel like they're shafting North America with certain things though.
The one thing that I know this shouldn't matter, but I'm so upset that EU knew that they were getting vampire hunters before us. Like, I know it doesn't matter, but I like go to EU patch notes and it's like vampire hunters, and I was like, obviously we're getting them, but like we've been, especially as like content creators like us, like we have been begging for them and being like next banner for like 3 months, and then to see it on EU, I was just like, really? Like that, and I had a feeling too they would
do it at the same time. I honestly feel like EU is super fast progressing. Like we were supposed to catch up, NA is supposed to catch up to like the Korean servers, and then, but I feel like EU's even on a faster pace than NA was at start. So I feel like that is their goal, is to either, I don't know, merge everything together. I did hear just the other day the Korean servers went from 8 servers to 2. So
No,
that's a
they've
good
reduced
start.
it drastically, yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if they ever want to do any type of like you know how they do, is it SWC? Is that what they call it?
The World Championship.
Yeah,
Oh,
for like
right.
Sky Arena. If they ever want to do anything like that, they're gonna have to have everyone reasonably caught up to each other. So hypothetically,
Right.
EU should have gotten way more than us, and we should have gotten like way more than Korea, kind of, like, if you know what I'm saying, to like balance
Yep.
it. But I do feel like I agree with you in the fact that EU seems like they're kind of getting even more than we did, because I feel like we're just like so hard stuck. But like maybe that's how Korea feels too. Like I don't know.
Yeah. Even with just small things like expeditions, we still got to do 20.
Yeah, they have 7, but the rewards
Yeah,
are crap.
US
To be honest.
Yeah, they are. But I feel like there's so much to do in the game where like I gotta do 20, which I do them on auto anyway, and I just go make a sandwich or something. But it's not the point. It's
It's
just
time consuming.
yeah, it is, and it's 20 a day, so it's still it's okay. I gotta do these.
It was 140 for us.
Right.
And
right.
it was originally, way back in the day, when we first got the game, it was
Yeah, it's
350 a week. 350. It was
Yeah.
insane. And then now it's like 7. I'm like, what?
Right. It's just I like it.
Yeah, that's nice.
I haven't even like because it's cool because I haven't even touched them yet. I'll touch them today. I still have all 7, but I wanted to get stronger because I want to hit the highest level possible before weekend. So I think I can do 3 right now. It's free to play with like it's Wind Arachne, so I have like
Lizard
Bulldozer,
Man.
hell yeah.
Oh, Bulldozer, yeah, Bulldozer.
Yeah, and then but then I use like it's the problem is I'm Cleef now. I'm not Orbia anymore. That's the problem.
Yeah, I'm Hina, not Orbia, and it's rough.
Yeah,
It's a rough life.
I actually feel Cleef PVE is the worst out of the 3. I wish I was Kina. I wish I would have went Kina. Actually,
Yeah, I had a feeling about that, not gonna lie. Cleef, he doesn't do any damage, if that. Everything's damaged.
He's really nice too.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and he can over time. You gotta build the crit. It just takes a long time to build Cleef, and cause I'm sure you guys have seen the Cleefs like an NA where it's like 90 crit, 160 crit damage, like 70,000 health, and 7,000 defense, and 5,000 attack. It's like, yeah, no one's beating you. Like, sorry.
Yeah, that's what I find with Orbia. Like, even though, like, don't get me wrong, we can dish out like massive amounts of damage, especially with like the wind weapon, the first skill, the like Argon one.
Yeah.
Like we do a lot of damage, but like we are glass cannons. Like I don't know, I get like touched and I'm dead. Like I get Juno stripped or like silenced. Like GG's. Like,
yeah, and Oblivion. I mean,
Oblivion,
yeah, Oblivion is the worst. Like against Orbia, but like it's just like Cleef they need to knock down his damage. They just need to make him a real tank. They'll bring out this Archer Summoner. I feel like they need to bring out like a Warrior Summoner after that and make Cleef super tanky, and then make this Warrior like a Bruiser, like how Warriors should be. I don't think Cleef should ever be this Bruiser Warrior type who can do like burst damage and just like 4-shot an Orbia. Yeah, but that's just my opinion.
But it's hard with that. Like, I know you said you're free to play, and like I struggle with this too. Like, I'm definitely not free to play, but I'm like low spender. Like, I'm just passes for the most part. And like, I don't know if it's like the cleave that's doing way more damage than he should, or if he just has like so much more stats than he should, just because of like buying sky stones and like buying certain resources. But I mean, that's unfortunately
that's the name of the game.
Yeah. It is what it is.
Yeah, and I mean, as free to play though, I mean, or small spender, whatever, you can get lucky on gear. If you get the right gear, right substats, or right sub rolls in it, and then just focus your upgrades and blacksmithing just for those pieces of gear, you
the
can
Galagos thing's nice now. The
refining catalyst or whatever that is.
Yeah, so you can like max blacksmith a piece, even if it's crap. You can like slowly make it good, and then you can upgrade the stat with the catalyst thing, the purple thing.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a lot of
Galagos points.
Yeah, a ton of Galagos. Yeah, and I do like Galagos. I think that was a good entry. I like that roguelike type of dungeon. It's every 2 weeks, so you have time. You don't have to rush it. It's nice.
Do you find it
some kind of other things added, but I'm sure they'll get there.
Do you find it kind of annoying that it's like so easy for the first 2 stages that you can like pretty much solo it, and then all of a sudden you're just getting clapped? Or is that just...
it's annoying. It's just it's actually been different the last 3 weeks. Like the first week, I soloed all the way to the end of the 3rd floor when I started adding monsters, and that was the first season. The second season, I actually had to add monsters around near the end of the 2nd floor. And then this last season, it was like the 2nd floor, like stage 2. It was really weird. I don't know if they buffed some of the monsters in it or what, but it's been interesting.
They reduced, I don't know if it was this season or last season, but they reduced the actual buff. So if the first season, it was 100% to like the element that you used.
That's true.
The first 2
seasons,
is
true.
The first 2 seasons, and then it went down to 50%. So
that's a great point.
Yeah, so that might have been it, but I found this time easy because it was wind for Orbia. So I would like go to my dark weapon, use skill 2.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, last season. Sorry, yeah.
Yep.
Switch to my dark weapon, use skill 2, and then switch to wind and like wall them.
That was nice. And so what I've been doing, because I get annoyed by the first 2 floors, so I'll bring in like a 5-star healer support that I haven't built yet and just put runes on it. It's like a 5th awakening or whatever, so the mana cost is low. And then I'll just run auto. And because I don't even want to manual it anymore, like the first 2 floors.
Just so a couple of your low guys.
Yeah.
I
could have done that with like a Ladriel or something, probably.
Yeah, because I found out like I would manual it and solo it for a while, like the first 2 seasons, and then like I'd have all these monsters like available at the end, but like they're like 5, like not my good monsters. I'd save them, but like got to fill it up with 30 monsters. So they're a bunch of 5 stars, unawakened. I was like, well, what am I doing with those? So now I just use those to auto. So
actually, probably a good call, to be honest, because like every season I have all these monsters that just like aren't even strong enough to use at the point I'm at.
Right.
So like they just end up getting wasted. Like.
Yeah, once you hit like 4 floors, stage 1, then it's like those monsters aren't even gonna do anything for you anyway. So
they just get one shot.
Right. Yeah.
I tried stage floor 1 or whatever like 3 times, and I was like, nah, not yet. Never mind.
Yeah. You guys know what Galagos, the buffs. I was gonna do a video on this next week.
Can you please? It's actually hecka confusing.
Yeah. So the buffs, when it's there's summoner ones, there's monster ones, and then there's like effect target, archer, knight, those. Did you know that they count towards your summoner too?
Oh yeah, that we did know.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Yes, that one. You know what I don't know is I don't. Okay. Everyone's just gonna like unfollow me and shame me for this, okay? But I don't understand the magic order crap. Like I don't get it.
Like like the elements and stuff. That
Yeah,
it's
like, well, I
saying?
get the, like, you use wind, you get the good, like, you get the buff. Like, that one's
Yep.
easy. But, like, the other ones, I don't get, like, so if you use all water monsters, you get that? Like, or whatever
Oh.
it is? Like, I don't understand.
You'd mean so like this season for it's Summoner's Light, and then light monsters damage dealt by 50%.
Yeah.
So any monster you use that's light gets a damage buff.
So you want to take, like, a bunch of light
Yes.
monsters?
And
Okay,
then,
so I guess I did understand. I just, like, overcomplicated it.
But then
yep.
there's a
So
third.
but then the thing is though, you got to remember element advantage too. So the creatures increases dark creatures attack speed by 50%. So your enemies are going to be basic attacking you harder against your light monsters, doing more damage because they're dark and you're light. But you're also doing damage light versus dark. So it's kind of, I don't know. I'd rather just bring in a neutral element, honestly. And
Yeah,
just use
see,
my
that's all,
summoner.
see, that's why I didn't get it. It's because I'm like,
Yeah.
I just don't see the benefit when I do this.
Yeah, one's for you, one's for your monsters, and the other one's for the enemy monsters.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
that's all there is.
And then
to it.
there's the team thing.
Okay,
which
sorry, I'm
never
dumb.
No.
Chella's making fun of me.
That's all right. That's all right. The team thing doesn't make sense. I mean, I don't know why they make you bring in 3 light monsters, 2 mage monsters, and a water knight monster. It doesn't
See,
really matter.
that's the part that I didn't like. How do you do all 3 of those? Like, which one are you
Oh
supposed
no,
to
you
do?
just have to have them in your group.
In
of
your
30.
in your 30,
Oh yeah.
which is whatever. Doesn't make sense, but
It might make sense like really early game,
Yeah, probably.
which
I
they
would
don't need to
assume
block
so.
those people out of that content.
Yeah.
Right? No, they need that content. So
Yeah.
to progress. So
But I think this is a good time to segue into what are some monsters that you think are like super OP right now. So like one I've been talking about lately is how good Celia is, especially for Galagos.
the 4-star Wind Mystic Witch.
No. Oh, that is who
Oh.
I said, but that's not who I meant.
No, it's
Oh,
Celia,
okay.
the light heart magician.
Yeah, her name's Celia, right? Yeah,
Oh,
light
you
heart
want
magician.
to?
They're both Celia.
Oh, they're
yeah,
both
One's with an S and one's with a C, for real.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I agree. And what's funny is I was just talking about this the other day in Guild. So the end of last season, I was running out of monsters. So I started using Light Heart Magician and Dark Heart Magician together in the same group. And it's freaking crazy how good they are together. They're good separate, but they have like high mana costs and stuff like that, and high cooldowns. But if you use them together, both of their passives, it's just really good for PvE.
Yeah, the passive.
I do have that. I have that as a topic in one of my videos for future. It's just both the Heart Magicians make PvE so easy. You got to invest in them. But the AoE sleep is awesome. I mean, Light Harp has recovery given up. It has heal
Summoner
block,
mana.
Summoner mana, yeah. Which makes it
damage taken up to AoE. Yeah, mana regen. So, yep. So, and then Dark, the passive, if any of your monsters take lethal damage, it's Endure, and she does a AoE heal with an attack buff.
Yep.
And she's really good on Soul Link too. Dark Harp, that's a good heal over time. And she has a cleanse. Yeah, they
It's
are
nuts.
good. I don't think a lot of people have built them, like really invested in them anyway, just because our lack of Devamons to begin with.
See, I had my Celia completely maxed. I had her maxed awakened, and I used her in Galagos last season. And yeah, it was crazy. You just sleep everyone, and then you single target the person you need to. I mean, you have to be careful with the time limit, obviously.
Yep.
I definitely didn't think to try her with the dark one. I bet that would have been greasy. But also, I watched your video on it today, the Bernard. So I use Bernard in my farming team as well, my AFK
Nice,
farming
yeah.
team. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also use Celia. She's like my
Oh,
other
nice.
person that I use, and Bastet, yeah, for the mana,
Yeah.
more mana.
I like to use. I usually just use Bernard, but then if there's a lot of people, then I'll use Bernard and Remy together, and it's like movement speeds like 6 and 8, like nonstop. I'm just
You're
like,
just running around like the Flash.
yeah, and then just Orbia one shots everything, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, I find actually that's funny, in EU there's always like 40 channels. So I just like go to like
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I just go to like the end and find one with like 8 people, and like
And they're all 50 out of 50.
a lot of times, yeah.
Yeah, and
It's
that's
crazy.
why they need to just merge the NA servers. I mean, take a look at EU servers compared to NA, and there's no problems with EU really. Maybe there's some lag sometimes, but I think that could be my ping too. So I don't really know.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I have bad ping kind of to there as well. But the thing with that is you do feel like you're more in a community, right? Like there's as much as it is annoying to try to farm with like 50 people farming there, at least you feel like there's tons of people playing the game, which gives you that like, hate to use this word, crypto word, but like gives you that like FOMO, you know, the FOMO or whatever, fear of missing out. Like you're like, oh my god, there's like 25 channels with 50 people in it. If I'm not auto farming too, like I'm gonna miss out. Like
right. So are we talking about OP monsters or underrated OP monsters, or
like kind of anything? Just usually monster discussion. We always kind of bring up the fact that Juno's broken because you can
Juno's
just like
broken.
strip nonstop in Battlefield. It's pretty outrageous. But
I should have wrote it down. I usually have a list on my phone whenever I think of something. I write it down. But I had a fix for Juno in my head, and I never wrote it down. And now I can't remember what it is.
You need to pull up Mr. Beast and have whiteboards everywhere in your house.
Right.
It's like you get an idea.
Yeah, it was something along the lines of lowering the mana cost or something like that you get back. Or, you know, not for every beneficial effect. If you strip or cleanse, you just get 1 mana back.
Yeah.
Not like
instead of getting equal
4.
to the number of things that you got.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then just give her an AoE cleanse.
Instead of single target. So make her more of a support than like crazy. Well, she's already a support, but instead of crazy mana gain, you actually like cleanse everyone.
Yeah. Because right now, like NA server just puts her on Despair, puts her on Soul Link, and then just spams, and then you win.
Yeah, that's like, I'm not gonna lie,
For the
like
most part.
I feel like I lack skills in this game a little bit, because a lot of what I do is like spam skill 1 to kill Cleaves through Endure, and spam Juno Strip to get off Endure from Cleaves.
Yeah.
Like I feel like there's not very much more to it sometimes.
Yeah, how do you build? So I reset Juno. I kind of refuse to use her, to be honest. Like I don't. I like to be different, obviously, but like I don't. I had Juno built and I just reset her. I don't know. How did you used to build? I used to build her like a HP crit damage HP build. But like high crit.
Yeah, I tried the attack build. Full honesty here, I've admitted this in a lot of videos, but my rune farming is very minimal.
Lackluster? Okay.
Yeah, because I've been waiting for 6-star runes forever. I knew we were going to get 6-star runes. I didn't want to waste my time on farming all these runes, plusing up all these runes. So I never found an optimal build for the damage, but like I heard really good things. So I've always just had her like super high HP, like defense, like don't die. And like I'm super toxic. Like,
you have super
about
high
it.
act too.
Yeah, like super high accuracy. I ran her on an AC rune forever. I had like 95% AC. And I was just like stripping pretty much everything. Like obviously resisted and stuff, but so I kind of always just went that. But I've never went to spare yet, but also because I don't farm Twisted Marsh enough. But
yeah, it's definitely worth it. I mean, if you're gonna use Juno, Just do despair. You'll thank me later. It's just it's nutty. But I get the whole 6-star thing. Like I have 599 Path of Growth tickets. I'm not farming it either.
Yeah.
I'm kind of waiting as well. All my daily entry stuff, like I'll run the runes. But like my rune storage is almost full because I think you can use 5-star legendary gear to craft 6-star.
Yeah, you can roll
gear.
it. Yeah. 3 of them, I think, and it rolls to a new 5-star with a chance
Yeah.
to be a 6-star. So you're pretty much gonna end up burning all your 5-stars, but you might as well have a
Right.
ton of them to burn.
It
Yeah,
costs a
and
lot of sky stones.
Oh, does it?
Mhm.
Yuck.
Oh, well, there goes my plan.
Yeah, there goes my plan.
Sky stones too.
No,
Yeah.
that's not worth it.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
not eating sky stones for 5-star runes. I don't know.
right. And that's I guess that's actually the other second thing that the next feedback if they ever merge NA servers would be. I mean, I've already talked to them about sky stones multiple times. It's just why is it on runes? I get that it's on gear. I can get that, but that's because the gear is one summoner. You know, you got other summoners to build too, but typically you're just maining one and you're focusing on their gear. That's where your sky stones should go. But like, I don't think we should be using sky stones from like 1 to 12. If you want to like plus 15 it, then maybe you can charge some sky stones for that.
Even if it
But
costed
we gotta
sky
fight
stones.
substat runes. It's just
Why is
I
it
don't know.
so many? Like, if you
Yeah,
think when
I'm
you plus
broke.
up a gear, right? If you plus up gear, it's like only 100 or 200. Even when you start getting like way up, it's still only like 500 or 600. Now, obviously,
Right.
restoring it, that's a completely different story. Not
Yep.
talking about that. But just the actual like upgrades are so cheap. But then you go to plus 15 a 5-star legendary rune, and they want
Right.
12,000 sky stones. It's like, but I could
Yeah,
have brought a piece of gear to plus 10 for way cheaper than that.
The only argument I guess they could say is like, well, we have a very easy rune swap system. You know, you can really typically you can build maybe 8 sets and just, you know, go in the presets and then just load up a rune set for that monster. But I don't want to do that every single time, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I
wanna
want
have
like
my
the Sky
monsters-
Arena type feel
Yeah.
where all my
Yeah.
monsters are runed up and like it's just impossible. And they give you so many of the rune pieces, and you're like, I
Yep.
can't use those. Like, where am I going to get the Sky
Right.
Stones to use those rune piece things?
Yeah. I have like 200 runes in my rune storage, and like I have 543 out of 605 in my bag, and they're all legendary except for like the purple ones that I have equipped on my monsters.
Yeah.
But on EU, I'm doing something completely different. So I'm not every single legendary rune I get, I'm just putting in a storage. Like I'm not even leveling up one. It's just costs too much sky stones. I can find purple runes that have the 3 perfect substats that I need. I plus 9 it and see where it goes, and then I can get rid of it or whatever. But
Yeah, my whole
that's what I'm
plan
doing on EU.
on my EU, so I definitely did go into some legendaries, but I built like a half decent build for 3 people. And I'm like, that's
Yeah.
it. All I'm focusing
Right.
now on is blacksmithing 7. I'm Kina, so I want foggy gear. So I'm doing my
Right.
blacksmithing 7. I'm gonna blacksmith all my foggy gear, and like it's nice on my EU account because I'm not in a rush like I was on my NA. My NA, I like wanted to keep up on all the raids and keep up on everything super hardcore. But yeah, with my EU, I'm just like, you know what? I'm just not even gonna waste time with the runes. I have the ones I want, and like I'm probably not touching my runes now for like a month. Even though they're still
Right.
kind of crap. Like I didn't farm very much, but like I just don't want to waste like all the time and like resources.
Yeah. No, it's true. I'm the same way. Like I don't know. I'm trying to be patient for runes, but it's hard because I want to improve at the same time. Like on my NA server, like all I do is PvP mainly on that, because I can hit top if I push it, I can hit like top 30 in Brawl and top 50 and 30 in Challenge Arena. But my favorite is I love Brawl Arena. I love it. It's my thing. Like I don't know why. I just like the banning. It's a completely different feel than Challenge Arena. It's not battlefields, swarms. It's
It's all like
more
arcade.
strategy to it. You can win in the lobby and not even really try in the actual brawl. As long as you pick the right monsters and you kill one
Strategy.
DPS and then you're good.
Mhm.
Yeah, win the draft.
So Chet is
win
really
the
good at it
draft.
too. Yeah, win the draft. It's
Yeah.
just like Sky Arena in that sense. Like that's what I like. Now, one thing I didn't like about Sky Arena was it was kind of like whoever was fastest won.
Mhm.
That's kind of how Sky Arena was. So I really like in this game that that's not really as much of a thing.
Right.
Like there's no like, oh, like you get first turn, so GG. Now, mind you, like that
Right.
was turn based, so that's of course why. But like I like Brawl Arena in that sense too. My issue with
Yeah.
like Brawl Arena is I find like it's the same with every game, and like maybe it's a server population issue, but like it's either people are quitting on you or you're getting like one shot. Like
Yeah.
there's a small
think it-
window for me, but I don't push it very hard. I'm usually only like top 100, maybe top 80.
Okay. Yeah, I think it depends on I think the ranking's weird because like, you can be top 80 but only be like I don't know, like 1600 or something. Where
Yeah.
like everybody else is at like 2200 to top 50. It's kind of weird how that works, but
I
But
find it
yeah,
really
no, I
depends
totally-
when you play for Brawl Arena.
yeah, true. Yeah.
If other people have their wings done already.
Yeah, I do
Yep.
mine on
But-
Sundays because I'm a bad person. Sorry, but that's actually my day off.
that people play at the same times every day. So yeah, I totally get that. You can fight certain people, stay away from the strongest ones.
It's not even so
actually
much that.
strategy,
It's
so.
like if you start at like gold 1 on Sunday and it's like about to reset, everyone else has already pushed all week. So
Right.
when you beat them, even though you're strong, like again, I'm bad, I'm sorry. Like even
Yeah.
you're stronger than them, you get like 100 points from them. Because
Right, yep.
they're up into like gold 4.
Yep.
So as much as it's like easier opponents, it's more that like you're kind of keeping yourself like under leveled or under ranked. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
Um
I've been spending crystals on one refresh and brawl a day on the NA server.
Oh yeah?
does that give you one battle or is it 5?
5. Yep, it's 5.
How many crystals?
Is
Did
it
I do it today?
50?
Let me see.
Yeah, Cheddar was starting to think about doing it because the
100. It's 100.
because the surprise wheel got so much better. The surprise wheel
Oh,
event.
did it?
Oh yeah. Have
Oh,
you not looked
yeah.
at it?
Yeah. The arena one?
Yeah.
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 Felt
the
way
rewards are
better.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll kind of move like into just like open discussion now and talk for like the last 10-15 minutes here. But
I think I got you guys off track.
oh,
That
I knew
was
this was
open
gonna
discussion.
happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was open discussion. So we're gonna talk about some monsters. Okay, I'm gonna talk about some OP monsters. I'll
Okay.
tell you. All right. So you talked about
We're talking about
Homegirl,
Juno, and then
Juno,
we
yep.
just kind of.
so Fire Ifrit for sure. Wind
Yeah.
Hell Lady for sure. Let's go down the list.
Notice 2 of those were Oblivion, and then the other ones.
Yes. Yep. Water Vampire Hunter. So have you run into him?
Not yet. Cheddar, I think, ran into one yesterday, but I think he just like blew it up. So.
Yeah. As long as in
Yeah, I
Brawl
fought
it's
one yesterday,
different.
didn't live through one shot.
Yeah. So in Brawl, Challenge Arena not too bad, but Brawl is where Water Vampire shines because it depends if you're first or second pick. Because if you're second pick, you can technically pick Juno and Water Vampire at the same time. And if the other person didn't, like, for me, I would pick Galleon first because Galleon's like it's a must. And then the other person would pick Juno and Water Vamp. So when you can pick both of those, it can kind of get a little nasty. But
When you have them together.
yeah, and if you can't kill him quickly, then that's when it's a problem. 'Cause
See, yeah,
he will hit.
that's what I'm thinking. If you can get enough damage stats while keeping tanky enough to kind of live
Yep.
through like an assault a little bit, then
Yeah.
he might get greasy. I pulled him. I'm pretty excited, and I'm hoping to save up
Yeah.
another 200. And then Chetta, actually, right before we got on with you, you guys probably already seen the video. It's probably already out for you guys, but we did polls for him on the Water Vampire, so he's going to be able to A14.
Almost
Nice.
50 from 20 pieces off.
Yeah, you'll get it easy. I mean, the banner is still up, so you can just summon on that.
He doesn't know if he's just going to put it in his blessing or not, because if you go on the banner, you might get 2, and then you're like over. Like, I guess it saves you a double mod, but...
Book
2 free
effect.
devils.
Book effect? Yeah, book
His
effect.
book effect is huge too. Then this is something that I talked about in a video in the past, where like I was honestly not looking at book effects a lot and kind of determining who would be better, but I actually look at book effects now pretty in depth, because like Water Vampire's book effect is crit damage, and it's an extra 23% when you max it out. So
Wow.
yeah, so the biggest example I had was I think it was the whole Argon versus Narin Ha kind of debate, who was better. And Narin Ha is actually better because of her book effect.
Yeah,
like
'cause she gets quick
Argon-
damage, right?
Yeah, and then Argon gets crit. So
Like
just
crit
that
rate, sorry?
yeah.
Okay.
yeah, crit rate, sorry, yeah. So it's even at just A15, if you've only pulled 5 dupes, Narin Ha gets 13% more crit damage compared to Argon, and Argon gets like, I don't know, 6% crit or something at that point. I'm looking right
Yeah,
now.
I think it's 7.2 or something. I remember looking.
Yeah, if it was the same numbers, it
9.1
would.
crit.
That's 9.1.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, if it was the same
7.2.
number, like 13 and 13, it would make them even again, because you could just
Right.
like go for crit damage instead of crit rate.
Crit
Your
damage
team
roll
comps
high.
can be different.
Oh, crit
'cause
damage
Argon's
does roll
gotta-
higher.
Yeah. I mean, your team comps can be different because Argon brings his own attack buff, but when it's like a raid setting or a guild boss, the Rin Ha's a little better.
Yeah,
So-
interesting. I never thought about that. Yeah, I've been
Yeah.
focusing on the book effects because of my Naomi on my EU. I'm like, and actually even on my main, I was like, why is my Naomi so crap? And I like went to my book effects and I'm like, oh, I have not pulled dupes of her. So I had to start
Right.
putting her back on my blessing, because I was putting like L&D ones, like, I don't know why. I just always put
But you
Yeah,
did
just-
Shushu books and
right.
stuff too.
Shoo, yeah. But like, I don't know. I was like, light and dark to give me that light and dark look. Like,
Yep. Who else is OP? Oh, Galleon, I talked about him. I feel like he's a staple for every summoner.
yeah.
I
we don't have
traded
him
all
built,
my
but-
pieces of Galleon. I never thought they'd take him out of that shop.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I didn't know they would do that either. But I guess going forward, we just can't assume everything's here for us anymore.
Yeah.
Stay.
You know, I
So-
figured it was gonna change, and then it didn't change for 3 months, and I'm like, I guess it's never changing, because like it always changed in Sky
Right.
Arena,
Right.
but yeah, it never changed. So
What?
And under oh, go ahead.
What do you think about the Light Panda now?
I haven't. So I built him, and I did get a dupe from Altars, and this was before the buff, and he was kind of lackluster before the buff. I haven't rebuilt him yet, and I'm waiting for like a TOA reset, and maybe I'll rebuild him.
you have
Right.
him built, don't you?
I have mine maxed, and I think I'm on book 13 for him. So
Oh
he's like-
crap!
yeah, he's super strong. Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah, I pick him every brawl. He's my 5th pick. So if I can't get Wu Saw, Juno, Tay, or Camilla, then
Yeah.
Light Panda's my 5th guy to normally take Taylor's spot.
Oh, you're a Cleef, aren't you?
No, I'm Orbia too.
Oh, you are?
He
Yeah.
switched, a while ago.
Okay.
He was free
Yeah,
to play Cleve forever, and now he's semi-whale Orbia.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna wail on somebody. You better be Orbia. So.
Yeah, that was kind of the...
But yeah, I found
Oh.
him to be a little bit better since the buff. He's more annoying to them. His
Well, yeah. I mean, because
balancing
I mean,
skill.
yeah. I mean, Galleon would proc that passive, right? And then, I mean, who else? Because that's just like if somebody uses skill cooldown reduction on the other team, right? That's the buff.
Or skill increase or whatever.
Acceleration.
Both ways, yeah.
Yeah.
And I picked her against I picked Tion Lang against Illinois yesterday.
Oh,
It worked
the
out
light
really
bullet
good.
queen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I bet that was crazy. Does that work with ultimate gauge too?
I don't think so. I think it's just skills.
Okay. Let's see.
But like it's hard to know on my side of the screen because I can't see what's happening to them, you know?
See, that's
I just
why
know that they're not doing as much as they normally do.
I think Charlotte is so good. Like, I've been saying that from, like, day one. Like, I've tried to build her a couple times. The problem...
So that's the next person I was going to talk about.
Yeah.
Because I did bring that up as a secret weapon because I went through Galleon. I just went.
I
through the
saw
win
your
tab.
video, or you mentioned it in a video or something. I turned to Cheddar and I'm like, I told you.
Yeah. So she's situational. So
Yeah.
I use her in Brawl against Orbius pretty much mainly, and that's it. And it's her pass is so good. Like it just messes up it messes up the other player in Brawl. Like they don't know like why can't I use my skill? My wombo combo is not working. Why can't Galleon use his skill yet? It's because he has skill acceleration. Yeah. And then I have her on Despair.
Mm-hmm.
So like she has 2 AoEs. Her first has a 62% chance to stun, but with Despair it's a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And then and then the AoE with skill deceleration and mana cost up. And so 2 AoEs, then you get the Teddy coming out every 10 seconds, applying skill deceleration to Orbias or mana cost up, whatever. So
yeah, you really need it with Orbia because I've been talking about it for a while. I think it's a little cheese. I think as a content creator, it'd be wrong of me not to call it out. But like the mana gain that we have when we use opposite element is just ridiculous. So you need something, especially if she has a Juno or a Bastet or like a Bird or like someone who helps her like cycle mana. You need to stop her somehow. And like skill deceleration's a good way, and Charlotte's one of the few monsters that actually does it. So
yeah, I kind of want to use her with Light Panda now. Damn it.
Yeah, she'd be really good with Light Panda.
Yeah, so and that's what I've figured out with over time playing different summoners and stuff. Like, no wonder I do so much damage with Orbia. Not only does she do damage, but like her passive skill, her utility skill, or whatever it is, that gives us mana per chance per hit. Like I don't feel
with
like
crit, right? I think it's if she crits. Yeah.
I'll pull it up here.
Or is that the defense break?
Defense break.
But
oh, okay.
It's the crit is the defense break. So the passive element amplification.
Opposite element. Yeah.
When attacking with advantage attribute, 10% rate increase mana by 1. So I feel that when I'm Orbia, I get tons of mana back, but as a Cleef, I don't.
Because he gets it when he gets hit. So if you have a shield, if you have invincibility, if you have anything like that, he doesn't actually get hit. So it doesn't cycle like ever.
Right, and
whereas,
half the time we're not even like focusing a Cleef either.
You want to kill all the monsters first. And then they don't need the mana anymore.
Yeah, unless, Provoke goes off and then he gets mana. But, like, you don't get that at the start. You can start just auto-attacking with Orbia with an element advantage and start getting mana back real quick. It just feels different. and I do miss Orbia when I'm on EU. But,
Yeah, same. And also the reality too is even though it's a 10% chance, which you might think like, oh, 10%'s crap, but like all her skills hit 3 to 4 times.
Right. Yeah.
So you use that skill twice, you're almost guaranteed 1 mana back.
Yeah, that's how I solo pillars is Orbia and just win Harpy, and that's really all I need.
Yep,
be
that's what our
honest.
pillar girl does too. Orbia and Wind Harpy.
Oh, I wish I was a pillar girl. Damn.
Yeah, Zell, she holds it down for us.
Yeah, I've been using Windy a lot more.
Oh, the crit res.
Crit damage,
Yeah.
damage buff. The only person in the game that gives it to your team. So I'll use that like in a speed run or something, and I'll soul link it, and I'll just put like 2 damage dealers as non-soul links, and then Orbia, and then I give crit damage to not only myself but my whole
People
team.
close to you, yeah.
Yeah, so Wendy's super good. I think Wind Beetle Knight is a really good tank.
I'm starting to
Especially-
build him right now, actually, on my main.
He's been amazing.
Yeah.
I've been playing around with him.
Yeah, I think everybody got. I'm gonna not say something, but everybody was told to do Water Beetle, and
Tricked.
I said no. I said no outright on my channel.
Not trying to be that person. We did that with Wusa. Everyone's like, Chiwu,
Yeah.
Chiwu,
But-
Chiwu. And
but-
we're like, nobody
Yeah.
gives immunity in this whole game except, like, Wusa.
Yeah,
So,
I
like, Shushu.
think-
But
I think that was a lot of. I'm gonna leave that out too. Never mind. Anyway, so I just like the. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, Wind Beetle Knight really good, especially North America servers. Tayor heavy meta because we had a banner for him, but really good. I really don't know what to think about that new Wind collab. She seems like really hard to kill, but no damage. I don't know.
Yeah, I fought her a couple
the
I think-
times.
warrior one? The Wind Warrior chick?
the
Yeah.
Wind
Yeah.
Warrior. Yep.
I haven't even read her, not gonna lie. Sorry, I was bad with the collab monsters. I'm like, I'm not pulling on any of these anyway. I knew the water one was
Yeah.
kind of like the water Argon, and I was like, oh, probably
Yeah.
really good, but I'm not doing it.
The very last 6 hours of the banners, I did go to the banners and at least summon one of them each.
Yeah, that's a
Just
good
in
idea.
case. Just in case. Like I normally don't do that. I haven't done that ever on any banner. But with this collab, I just if for some reason they change them later and we don't get a chance to summon them anymore, I just want to be able to like alter blessing or whatever.
Yeah, be able to build them up if you need to.
Yeah. I wish I had a light occult girl. I wish I had a light polar queen, a light desert queen. I wish I had.
I wish I had a light desert queen.
Yeah, she's crazy. She's crazy good.
I got Fermion on my EU alt.
Oh, nice.
He's pretty good. Being able to stack 20 brands is
Yeah,
pretty
and that's
nutty.
and that doesn't even combine with the other one. the
Yeah, that's why
normal
you
one.
can stack. Sorry, that's why you can stack 20 because you use Hella, and you stack the 10 regular brands, and then you use him
Right.
and you stack his 10 brands. Like, it's
Yeah.
like impossible to actually get 10 and 10, but
Yeah, it's
hypothetically.
crazy. Right.
So yeah, the damage is just crazy. My Naomi's like just critting a crazy high with like the worst runes ever, like 50,000 power, just like going ham.
Yeah. Light occult girl. She's the only one with AoE team spell shield, which mana cost is high, but I wish I had her to at least try her out.
Yeah, we read that. We're like, ooh, spell shield, and then we never really looked into it again.
Right.
Yeah, we were going
Light
through
rate.
all of the debuffs and buffs or whatever, and we see
Oh,
the
yeah.
spell shield one and then the undead one that I think only Nikki puts that one on.
Oh, yeah.
Dark
Yeah,
Assault
yep.
Girl, yeah.
Only Nikki. And from what I hear, it's actually good. So I've never seen it, never tested it. I don't know, but I've heard it's good. So
Yeah, it stops
It's
them
a more
from
like-
healing, right?
yeah, it's a more of a PvP thing. I don't even technically know exactly what it does, but it has something to do with
Yeah, when they heal, they take
Mitigating
damage
healing.
instead.
Oh,
Right,
that's kind of
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Like a classic RPG thing, right? Always the undead people, if you like throw healing potions at them or whatever.
Oh,
deal
yeah,
damage to
heck
them,
yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah. True.
Yeah. Cure on like the zombies.
Yeah.
I think it was really nice for a lot of the people in the EU account, the Bastet event. Maybe I just didn't listen to Korean server people, but I feel like there was a lot more awareness about the Bastet event this time to like save your
yeah.
tickets and stuff like that and like really prepare for it. And like, yeah, like I already have her max built, whereas like on my North America account, I had to have her in my blessing for like 3 or 4 pulls. So I
Yeah.
hope that like lots of other EU players were able to optimize on that. And actually, I did it without the Summoner Pass. And I had
Oh,
the
wow.
Summoner Pass on my main. So like, yeah, I just saved like 200 tickets or whatever before the event started. So
Yeah, and I've been using it for Sekhmet. So my Sekhmet's fully skilled, and I have an aerial has all my Devilmons that's almost fully skilled.
Oh,
So
nice, yeah.
because I can just reset her later if I want to awaken Bastet or whatever.
Mhm.
But yeah,
the
but
Rezo
passes
stones are amazing.
yeah, they are great. Yeah, I wish we could get more, but that's all right. Over time, you know.
People would burn through too much account level if we got too many, because you could just
Yeah.
reset and upgrade, right?
Well, that's what free to play or yeah, free to play. We can't hit like level 75 and get the dragon. It's impossible.
Oh yeah, it slows down
Like-
so much around level 60. You start
Yeah.
getting no experience at all.
Yeah, I'm at 56. And I got 70,000 to go to get to 57. And I mean, it's impossible. Like
Yeah.
to get that.
Yeah, 70,000 is like 7 nat 5s.
That's never
Something crazy
happening.
like that. Yeah, when we did
There's
when
not
we did
even
them, I
enough
think it was
nat 5s in the
12,000
game.
to nat 5.
Yep, not even like
Yeah.
enough nat 5s in
Well,
the
you
game.
reset them and build them, reset them and build them.
Right. Yeah, it's just the amount of count points you get from spending is pretty crazy. So I
Yeah.
don't know if they need to do something with that or not. Just, it doesn't have to be like instant gratification, Let me hit it in a year,
But
That's
we'll
what she
see
said.
what happens when the account level shop shows up.
Yeah, right. What if that ever shows up?
Yeah, that's another, actually,
I
like,
watched their stream
yeah.
yesterday and they said it was showing up. Or 2
Oh.
days ago.
they actually said something. Wow. I've been waiting for that forever.
Yeah, what level is that to get the free LD?
There's one
think
at
it's-
50.
Yeah. I think there might
Okay.
be one
But
at
there's
40.
one at 75 too. There's
Yeah.
3 total, I think, that you have to buy and 1 free, right?
Something like that.
Gotcha.
Or it's 1 free and 2 that you have to buy. I can't remember.
I kind of like refrain from looking at anything on the Korean server.
We
The
started
only
doing
thing
that too.
it just won't ever be the same. So I don't want to get my hopes up. I don't want to tell people either, like, and get their hopes up for something, So I kind of just leave it as it is and just see it as I get it,
We used to do Korean patch notes and we kept everyone updated. And actually, the reason we kind of stopped was the account level shop and the vampire hunters.
Yeah.
We're like, well, there's no point in covering this because we're just going to keep pretending to everyone who watches us like it's coming when, like, obviously it's not.
And then they save and there's no progression, and then they get bored because they're waiting for these things to come up, and
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Do you have anything else you would like to talk about in our open discussion? We've already kept you like an hour, so.
Yeah, no. I think we good. I appreciate all the time. It was fun.
No, we appreciate you. This is huge for us, so we can't thank you
Yeah.
enough for coming on. And we kind of just rambled a lot, but I knew that was going to happen. It was just going to be us
Yeah.
talking about the game. That's my bad too. I didn't really come up with talking points. I'm like, me and Barcode will talk the whole time. No
Yeah.
problem.
No, that's how I am too. I'm kind of a fly by the seat kind of guy. Like, I don't write like scripts in my videos. Well, except for that rap video. I did write that out.
Yeah.
I didn't freestyle. I hope like Comptools doesn't throw me up on stage and just wants me to freestyle some like raps about monsters and stuff, because I can't do that. But no, I kind of just know my topic and I know my craft, so it's just this is what I do. But I'm a talker, so.
Same. We started a YouTube channel because Chad was like, "You never shut up. Let's do a YouTube channel." And I'm like, "Okay,
Nice.
sure, why not?"
Yeah.
I liked the story one that you did when you're trying to summon the Monkey King.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
See,
I
that
don't
was
know
that was just me.
That one was freestyle.
Yeah. That was a freestyle. Yeah, I just got to turn that into a rap, and that's blow that one up too. Yeah, I just that's the one thing about YouTube. Like I actually thought about making a YouTube channel, just like how to make a YouTube channel kind of channel. There's tons of those out there, but like it's just you gotta have your own personality. Don't try to like be everybody else.
Yeah.
I like adding comedy. I like making fun of myself because I don't care what anybody thinks about me, so I make fun of myself anyway. It's kind of like Eminem, 8 Mile, just make fun of yourself, and then they can't make fun of you, and you win the rap battle.
Yeah, that's the thing. Reading comments is great, but like you have to ignore people sometimes too. Some comments you're just like, oh my god, never mind. You're like, I want to help, but
I used to get that like back in the day. Every once in a while I'll get one, but my personality is just like sarcastic funny, so like I'll shoot back something like super sarcastic but funny, and I'll pin their comment, and then like everybody laughs at it, so
that kind of ruined that for them.
Yeah, I can't be trolled, to be honest. Like, it's just I'm too old for that. It's like high school drama, you know what I mean? So
yeah, me and Teta, we have the couple thing going, so it's kind of nice to bounce off each other. Like, I props to you guys who do it solo, because, like, I think I still could, but, like, having Cheta to bounce off of, like, or to correct me if, like, I do say something stupid and, like, don't realize it, so that I don't have to go back and, like, redo it again later. Like, say I'm editing and I'm like, oh, that doesn't make sense. I have to go refilm it. Like, Cheta sometimes will just be like, no, stop. Like, you did it wrong. Or whatever, but
yeah, my wife doesn't play games or anything, like video games or anything. She'll play some like Super Mario Kart or something from like the Nintendo 64 or something. That's it. So like, we'll play like board games and stuff, but I try to get her. I got my gamer kids, so I'm alright with that. So.
All right. Well, we really appreciate your time. Again, we'll make sure we link Barcode's YouTube down below. I'm sure you guys already follow him, but if you don't, for whatever reason, he puts out amazing content. He is one of my favorite content creators in this game. Him and Topher are my go-tos. So obviously everyone else is great as well. I just mean, you're gonna make people mad, but
no,
it is what it is. But yeah, we appreciate everyone, and we'll catch you guys in the next video or podcast. Bye.
Peace.